I have a question coming in from a caller. We have Milt on the line. Milt, good morning. What's your question for Colleen?
Hi, good morning, Annette. Good morning, Colleen. I was wondering if Colleen might have some suggestions on neighborhoods which would offer good rental properties to purchase. My wife and I are looking to get into the rental property, and we were just kind of wondering what neighborhoods we might be looking into, if you have any suggestions for that.
Great question.
Absolutely. That's a great question, and thank you so much for calling in. A lot of people are looking at investment properties, which is a great opportunity for someone to add to their back pocket. And depending on where Milt is, there are two factors. We know right now that the West End, which we're going to talk about in the future, is the hottest market right now. Yet, so if we're looking at Canada and Stittsville, the fact is that the market there, even as far as Carleton Place, the inventory for rentals is absolutely zero. So you would actually have people fighting for that property.
Wow.
Because the vacancy rate is absolutely nil.
If you can get a house to buy in those areas, is it a good area then? Because
Absolutely.
you'll have people wanting it?
But the other flip point, when we talk about investment properties, and depending on where Milt is the fact that depending on if he's going to have a property manager or not, if he needs to run back and forth, if Milt is in the East End, then I wouldn't recommend that he goes all the way to the West End.
Okay.
In the fact that he may have to travel back and forth in regards to whether it's lawn maintenance or having to deal with a landlord-tenant issue. The fact is that being close to your property is a good thought. So definitely, Milt, contact my team or their realtor to talk about where their headspace is at. Are they looking at a duplex? Are they looking at a townhome? There's so much to consider when you're looking at an investment
Yeah,
property.
because that's another big part of it too. What kind of investment might determine where you're buying in the city in order to make that investment? Okay, Milt, thanks so much for your question. I hope that answers it. Let's take a closer look then at the city, because we took a look at across the country as to the average price. Let's look at the average prices of our neighborhoods right here in Ottawa. And so these are September 2019 numbers that are coming in as we enter this next month. So the average price for a home selling in Barrhaven, $431,000.
Yes, so these numbers are for July this year.
Oh, July, sorry. Okay.
So, and Barrhaven is a real mix because we have the stacked condos. We have quite a lot of stacked condos in Barrhaven, but we also have some very high-end homes. So there's a real mix there, and Barrhaven is still a real choice for new Canadians as well as people who want a quick exit to the downtown core.
That seems to be the case across our city in a lot of cases, right? Canada is another good example. You have some very higher end homes, but then you also have some lower end homes.
Absolutely, and Canada is one of the hottest markets right now in the fact that we are seeing, houses, even over the 800,000 sell in Canada, and yet there are opportunities like the Glencairn and Katimavik where the starter homes are really booming.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing is that the hottest market right now is between the 300 and 500 market. Those homes cannot stay on the market more than a week.
They're selling so fast. I know this through your experience and through friends of mine who've sold a house recently. I mean, the amount of people that went through the house and put offers on the house, and it was gone in a week. It was so fast. It was shocking. But then we're also seeing a pretty high amount. It's 28% of residential sales were in the $500,000 to $750,000, which also seems pretty high still. There's a lot of people even in that category looking to buy a home.
Well, then, and it's the catch-22 where they're leaving their 300, 350, 100 homes, and then they're moving up, and that category of home is right across the board in the fact that people are looking to upgrade, and as soon as a home comes for sale, there's movement again.
Quickly. We have short on time here, but let's just take a quick look. Westboro is over at $671,000. The Glebe at $727,000. The highest most expensive neighborhood in the city.
It is, but they're the one category as well. The one neighborhood that's actually seen a drop in prices. Where if you look at the Canada Stittsville area, Stittsville in itself has seen a huge raise of almost over 10% in 1 year.
And then Orleans comes in at the lowest at $390,000. $95,000.
Yes.
All right, Colleen, sticking around. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us if you have any questions for her. Here's the information on how you can get a hold of us. Our producers are standing by, ready to take your calls. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. If you prefer to ask a question through email, I can ask it on your behalf. Ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. We're back after this.